Providing enrichment to our animals is my favorite part of this hobby. And I think you could draw a parallel with my love of making videos for you guys. So today, let's talk about all of that. Cue the intro. So the first thing that we are going to be doing today is taking a look at what we have new here. So follow me. We've got one cool room right now that's filled with stuff. Over here we got rocks. Right there, that's a bunch of bricks and rocks, and then that's a bunch of sticks, and then that's a bunch of plants. So, and then this is a bunch of smaller sticks that we're gonna use for wood litter and littering the bottom of the enclosure just to kind of busy it up. But that's not all, folks. In my phone, right here, I have a cool list of ideas for this channel that I've been cooking up. And I just thought it'd be pretty cool if we went off on some ideas, right? Check them off one by one, and then maybe at the end of the video, if you guys heard anything that you find really interesting, or maybe even the negative, right? If you're hearing some of these ideas and go, no, I don't want to see any of that, then I want to hear your ideas in the comment section. And if you want to discuss it and not just like leave your ideas, because we'll respond, but if you want to have a conversation about it, then the Discord is the place to go. That's the first link in the description right there. And now I'll get on to the video. So we're going to start off with Roxanne's idea, which was Moe, our California king snake. So first off, obviously we took Moe out of the container because, well, Moe is a California king snake and they are kind of territorial. So yeah, anyway, he likes to strike. So anyway, we're gonna start by talking about the first idea, which is product reviews, like reptile product reviews, but also massive online shopping hauls. So what if we start decorating? Now, my first idea was that we could go on like Temu or maybe Wish or something like that, you know? I think that there could be a ton of content to do there, and I think it could all be super interesting. Now, that being said, we're not rich guys, so we can't do those every week or whatever, right? But it could be a pretty fun thing to explore once in a while, and also we could, you know, get some more accessories for the tanks as well, just in the process. If anything is good, we'll use it as well. So it's not just for the content, but these sorts of videos would allow us to kind of branch out of the vlogging mode, which is what I kind of wanted to address. Is that lately I feel like I've kind of been running a vlog where like the only thing that happens is really what's happening in our lives. And mind you, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just trying to figure out something that works. Maybe like over here.
20 minutes later.
Realistically, yeah, the stuff that's happening in our lives and like how we further mystic animals is and should be one of the reasons that you're here. But I also want to bring content that kind of makes you think outside the box. So that's what we're doing today. So this next idea is actually based on other people's content. And I was thinking that we could do react videos. And I don't mean the cheesy ones, I mean really good react videos where we could do, I reacted to the most terrible enclosures that Roxanne could find, right? By the way, I'm not going to see any of these before, but that's how we do it. Or I could do the positive version and do like, these are the coolest enclosures I've ever seen, and then like there's 20 of them and I just react to them. Needless to say, I can also react to like some crazy reptile clips. Like it could be like a toke gecko biting a viper, or it could be a Komodo dragon swallowing an eel, or it could be a crocodile taking a man's leg. So, you know, if you want to see that, that's also a cool idea. And moving on to our next idea, and actually, while we do that, I am going to be grabbing the things for the next terrarium, which is Mushu's enclosure. And I know I'm going fast. I'm sorry about that, guys. But on YouTube, you have to go fast because there is such a thing as like a click-through rate and a retention time. So if that goes down too much, then you can't really get monetized at all, right? So I was thinking maybe we could try podcasting, which would allow me to kind of do more with the time that I have on YouTube, because on a 1 hour podcast, I can ramble a little bit. And you guys, if you guys want to hear what I have to say about some stuff, I think that might be one of the best options, you know? And obviously we could have guests on there and stuff, because that would always make it more interesting. Now, what do you guys think of this? I think this would be great, right? This is just another platform for him. And what I think I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna add a brick or two even right here so that it catches some of the heat, and then he's able to have that as a full basking platform, a bigger basking platform than he had before, which was just this small rock right here. We're gonna put that back as well, but I'm gonna take it out for now. Speaking of heat, right? Summer is going to be coming pretty soon here in Canada. And I was thinking that this summer we could experiment about growing ourselves some of the food that the animals need. That way we could save on groceries. And it just so happens that my mom is pretty well versed in flowers and plants and gardens and stuff, because she had one at my childhood home for like years. So how about a series with my mom about teaching me, and therefore you guys, how to plant stuff for your animals and have good yield and stuff in an urban setting. That could be a pretty cool series. Plus it would be like a mom-son thing, intergenerational thing. It's pretty cool, you know, passing down knowledge from generations. That's always fun. So let's take this final rock and put it right here. Now I know it's not gonna catch any heat on this side anymore, but now this is gonna do that job. So there you go, that's what it looks like. And I know we can't put any plants in there because he is gonna try to eat them. He's a herbivore and that's what he does as soon as he sees plants. Like even these ones, they're in front of the terrarium and he still tries to go eat them. So more of an arid setup for this guy. But now let's move on to the next point. And that leads me to the biggest branch for pretty much one of the coolest terrariums that we have today, with my biggest point as well. We're gonna start by cutting this guy's hammock right now because he doesn't use it as much as I thought he was gonna. I mean, don't get me wrong, he used to love hammocks because in his previous enclosures, it would always be his favorite spot. But now, I guess he just doesn't want that one. So the other small one is gonna stay there, but this one is gonna go and it's gonna get replaced by something he actually liked. And you guys can see right now, he is on his branches. So he loves his branches. So we got the biggest branch in the bunch that when I saw it, I totally freaked, you guys. Look at the beauty that is this branch now. It's a bit ripped right here, so it's kind of like flexible, but I've reinforced it with some twine, so now at least it's solid, right? But it is a bit flexing underneath. There's a crack, right? So we took Chipotle out and we're just gonna kind of slither this branch in right here. And as you can see, it's floating right there. So he's got a gap to continue climbing up, but he can also kind of turn around and get on this one as well. And it is a bit flimsy, but we are gonna reinforce it right in the corner right there, right? So that's gonna be the next step. But look at this. This is gonna kind of go replace the basking spot. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna turn the light just a little bit so that it's kind of underneath, not totally underneath, obviously, because you don't want him to be just this close to the lamp, but this is a pretty good basking spot because he's gonna be able to go right here, catch some of that heat, he's gonna love it. Now for reinforcement, I was thinking one of those cool white rocks that we got right here. Now this is a cool rock. And kind of squeeze that right here. And obviously he can go underneath if he wants to as well. It is really solid, like I can't budge it, right? So it is really solid. We're gonna grab some of the soil that's underneath some of these logs, right? And create some passages as well in between. Now this came off, I don't know where it came from, but we're gonna be able to put it back as well. And we're gonna just circle some of that dirt right here. And it's dirt and sand, by the way, guys. It's not just dirt, but it's very important to make a really good blend for your breeder dragons because too much sand, not great. Too much dirt, not great either. So, you know, you wanna do a really good blend. And once you've blended some of that together, it will really look natural. Now look at this. I think this looks great. So now we're just gonna add a couple of plants and then we're gonna be able to add Chipotle back and that's gonna be pretty cool. And other than Kyle's enclosure, which obviously is beautiful and worth like $2,000, maybe more than that, this is probably our biggest project. And when it comes to other huge projects, we've got some that are carved out in our recent future. Namely, we're gonna have to start decorating the yard and, you know, turn it into a home because right now the side lawn is not that great. It's actually just like a patch of grass and there's no like fences or anything to make it private or anything. So it's kind of difficult to walk to chill out there. But what we're gonna do is we are going to do some renovations and landscaping jobs. So if you guys are interested in seeing any of that happen, then of course we are gonna wanna include you guys. But if you don't, then let me know as well, because that would be terrible if I just started making videos that you guys don't like. So I don't want to do that at all, but I just want to throw some ideas out there. And these are projects that we're going to be doing anyway. So I was just wondering if you guys wanted to see them. And that leads me to my next point, which is the other big changes that are going to be happening soon. There's going to be Tegu enclosures that are going to be built soon, and some ball python enclosures that are going to be different, and then all that stuff. You know, maybe a build specific video isn't that interesting, but some of you guys might like it. I really wouldn't want to force them upon you guys. But we also want to take you guys on adventures that we like doing. Now, in our regular life, one of my favorite things to do in my spare time is urbexing. Going in abandoned buildings and, you know, filming, documenting, kind of looking around and all that stuff. And we really want to do that stuff with Bean this summer. So if you guys want to come along with that, then that would be more than fun. I think I would have so much fun filming these UrbanX videos as well. And they're not technically related to nature, but if we find any animals in these videos, then that would be the priority of them as well. But sometimes we do road trips and stuff like that in order to go UrbanXing, and if that's something that you guys want to be a part of, just let me know. And I don't want to spoil too much, but I've been invited to go on a pretty cool trip. Now, it's not a road trip, it's a trip. Like it's a big trip, and if it's something that you guys want to see as well, like, you know, like exploring videos in other countries and stuff, that would be super fun to make as well. And my next point is kind of like these sticks. It's extra, right? Extra stuff. Just because we want to make this enclosure look so cool, and that is the extra point, right? Just add some stick litter and some leaf litter. We don't really have leaf litter right now, but it's because the ground is frozen and all of the remaining leaves are super disgusting and doo-doo. But yeah, so what we're gonna do is compare these sticks, which is extra stuff, to the extra point that I want to make. And it's something that I've actually explored before. I've done a full channel on that, and it is streaming. Now, it's no longer up and running, but I used to stream some, you know, video games and stuff like that. But I was thinking maybe we could do a stream, we could do some Q&As, or maybe even like react videos where you guys suggest me some content and I just look at whatever you guys want to say, right? And then some kind of like community chats and stuff like that, and you guys can tell me all about whatever is going on with your lives and stuff, and we can have full-on conversations right there in real time. And I just think that that would be pretty cool, but if you guys don't want to see that, once again, let me know. And now we're just gonna finish spreading these sticks right here, and we are almost at the end of our video. Only a couple more points left to go, but I promise they'll be quick. So we're here in front of Sakura's enclosure, which is one of the coolest enclosures, in my opinion, that we have here, which got me thinking, maybe we could make some enclosures out of some just regular furniture and just convert it. That could be a pretty cool project series on this channel as well, don't you think? And if that's not nature for you, then I have a really good suggestion. Expeditions, hikes, and camping, wild camping, with Beanie. So I know that a lot of you guys are not from Canada or this region of Canada, even if you are from Canada. So I thought, what better opportunity to go out and look at wildlife than to go and camp and make a camp for the night and leave zero things behind and just pay total respect to nature for like an entire evening, right? Showcase what it's like to sleep the night in the woods, showcase what we find on our campsite, even maybe go night herping. All of that stuff is totally doable right here in our national parks. Now, of course, at national parks, we're not allowed to actually touch or pick up any animals or go off trails because that would be a criminal offense. So we can't do that, especially not filming it, right? And not that we would do it without filming, but still, like, filming it is proof, right? But anywhere not on an official NCC territory, we can pick up and, you know, showcase some of these animals. So that would be really cool. We have tons of species of garter snakes, snapping turtles, invasive turtles like sliders, but those are everywhere. Out west near Toronto, there's even a type of rattlesnake. So maybe we could go catch it and, you know, see what that's about. So maybe going out and finding all of these animals in the wild would be a really cool thing. But if that's not reptile keeping enough for you, then how about we just go visit some zoos or other people's collections as well? I think that that could be a nice way to break up the content from us, right? And like the monotony of always seeing our stuff. Now, granted, a lot of zoos in Canada don't have a lot of reptiles, and that could be a good or a bad thing depending on how you're viewing this. We have a lot of zoos that have the animals that are from here, so that could be pretty cool as well to visit. No! I'm kidding. We're getting smaller. But we could also do like the big Toronto Zoo, which has a Komodo dragon and an Aldabra tortoise and all of that stuff. And we can show that to you and give you the full guided tour. Now that would be pretty cool. Or even go out to a friend's place. You know, like we have tons of friends that aren't YouTubers and still keep reptiles. And those people have incredible collections most of the time, right? So if you guys want to see that stuff, then that's definitely stuff that we want to show you for sure. And as I'm finishing off here, I'm just going to sprinkle some stick litter right here on the ground along with some some bark right here, and all of that stuff is going to be adding new smells and new textures to the enclosure, which is always more enrichment for the animal, and that is the most important part. Now this is all that's left from the full place that we have here now. At least I can step around and stuff. There's still a bunch of stuff, but we're gonna be able to use that stuff as we keep going. But I won't keep going because my time is up for today now. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to hit that like button and that subscribe button and that bell because you'll be notified when we post a video. Also, remember to leave a comment for all of the things that we talked about today because I really want to know what you guys think about. And also, the first link in the description is the Discord server if you guys want to talk about it further and really have a conversation rather than just drop your thoughts in the comments. That's where you need to go. Now, my name is Matt Zephyr. That's Roxanne behind the camera.
Hi.
And we will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for checking out this video, everybody. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that like button, and if you really loved it, why don't you subscribe? It's free, you know?